We're casting votes at the State House into the early morning hours, trying to wrap up business before the end of the year. NBC4 Ohio State House newsroom reporter Jason Aubrey breaks down when controversial bills will be sent to the governor and what's likely to come next.
The legislative chambers were mostly silent today as the clerk's offices were busy preparing bills that passed yesterday to send to the governor. In the Senate, bills that call for the use of taxpayer dollars or those that would go into effect immediately are prepared by the clerk's office first.
We have some of the absolute best people in the country working for us, and I think that Ohio staff and the clerk's office and LSC are second to none.
Once any bill gets to the governor's desk, his 10-day clock, not counting Sundays, starts. So, a bill delivered after 5 p.m. today will have to be vetoed by December 26th. Up for a potential veto is a bill that was supposed to extend benefits to the families of fallen first responders, but lawmakers slipped a pay raise for themselves into the bill at the last second. It is unclear what Kasich plans to do with one of the abortion bills that passed yesterday. We already know he plans to veto the heartbeat bill. Obhoff is trying to come up with a plan to get enough senators to come back for that override vote while juggling members' vacation plans. He can't force them to come back, and so far, he says, since he's been president of the Senate, he hasn't had to.
I think that the members of the Senate caucus recognize that we have important work to do, and that that's true regardless of what time of year it is, regardless of what day it is.
Before the Senate can even attempt to vote on a veto override on the heartbeat bill, it first must be overridden by the House. And support for such a measure is only by the slimmest of margins. It takes 60 votes to override a veto, and it only passed with 60 votes on its initial vote. And that was not on the week of a major holiday. Local for you at the State House, Jason Aubrey, NBC4.
Other bills passed by the legislature yesterday that will be headed to the governor within the next week include a bill that would provide funding for Lake Erie shoreline improvements, as well as a stadium for the Columbus Crew. Part of the Reagan-Tokes Act is headed to the governor as well.